looking for games and need someone to say, yeah, that looks great, or no, don't go there, then stick with us Bits Girls as we give you the latest in PC and console highlights.
On today's show, we'll be looking at some titles from the highly anticipated PlayStation 2, including Tekken Tag Tournament, Power Stone 2, and Munch's Odyssey.
We'll also be giving you the lowdown on the top 5 shop shelf games and getting a little more acquainted with our tiny friend here. But first, here's this week's gaming news.
In the news this week,
5.
Say goodbye to the Neo Geo.
4.
The Final Fantasy saga continues.
3.
But first,
2.
another retro classic gets revamped for the PlayStation 2.
1. Thunderbirds are go.
Well, hang me by my strings. 26 years after the mighty Joey Anderson series cut its first tooth, Thunderbirds is finally going to make it to a home console. Yes, all those lipless wonders like Lady Penelope and Troy Tempest are about to crash land in Sonyville for a jaunt of epic proportions. All the vehicles are there, even that blobby green one and the underwater What's-It. It's a strange irony that thanks to the power of Sony's recently much maligned PlayStation 2, the effects and graphics of the game are actually loads better than those of the original series. It's an action strategy affair boasting some sort of software that actually generates fully populated cities. Thunderbirds are go on the PlayStation 2 next year. Regardless of our shameful plug of the Sega-compatible handheld, the Neo Geo, the almighty Nintendo has stamped out this competition in the US and in Europe. On the 13th of June, the company that developed the machine and its games pulled out of these markets, taking with it such brilliant games as Puzzle Bobble, The Metal Slugs, and Biomotor Unitron. The company blamed lack of sales for this decision. So much for democracy. It looks like the old Game Boy will be here to stay. And finally, final word on the Final Fantasy front. Try as we might, we still can't get our hands on Final Fantasy IX and no word from Final Fantasy X. But we do know that Final Fantasy XI will not be issued as a CD-ROM, but rather go 100% online. Which means that you can't buy it in the shops. This is it, folks, the start of the complete removal of the retail middleman. Next up, Emily's all fired up for Tekken Tag Tournament.
Remember seeing Mortal Kombat and thinking, wow, how did they do that? That's really amazing graphic. Ha! The innocence of youth. Time to take a step back in time and prepare yourself to be gobsmacked once again when you check out the supreme new graphics of the new Tekken incarnation on the PlayStation 2, Tekken Tag Tournament. Because the new Tekken doesn't follow the so-called storyline of the first 3, you'll find a medley of old and new characters alike, which means you can pit the family law, father and son against each other, or, if you believe in back-to-basic values, have them teamed up together. The new tag option opens up a whole new strategy to the game. Not only will you have to be master of 2 characters and their multifarious moves, but you'll also have to work out team tactics, such as when to bring the other characters into play, and pulling off team moves as if you're in a WWF SmackDown ring. Nice, especially as it doesn't include the obese bodies from the sad reality. The graphics are absolutely gorgeous, from the earth quaking when your opponent hits the ground to the array of spectators who are egging you on as you play. Like in Fight Club, it seems they enjoy just standing around watching this beat 'em up. From Japanese schoolgirls to leery, sweaty, tops-up cheesy quavers, the spectators are about, but not part of the action. Just inquisitive bystanders enjoying the sight of folk beating the living daylights out of each other. In addition to the usual gameplay modes, there's a couple of new extras, as well as an unknown character, the last to be unlocked, who, like Mokujin, can adopt the styles of other fighters. She's super hard, only taking half damage, but she's a loner, and you can't partner her with any of the other characters. Best of all, you can change her fighting styles midway through a battle. Hurrah! You'll also be able to unlock a gallery, after which you'll be able to pause the game at any time and take a screenshot, saving the image to your memory card. Nice. Now, if only you could load your mates' heads onto the characters like a Nintendo. In essence, this is more of the same, but with absolutely beautiful graphics at a silky 60 frames per second. And you get the added bonus of the new strategic element. If you want the definitive King of Fighters, it has to be Tekken Tag Tournament. Alex and Bouff are off out now to see what people think of modern technology's answer to the trusty old pooch.
Here's a question for you. Are you a dog person?
Yeah.
Or a cat person?
Ooh, dog person or cat person? Tricky.
Tricky indeed, because now there's a lot more than just Felix versus Fido.
Yeah, now there's Aibo.
A-I-B-O.
This is a robo-pooch.
Yes, forget about Tamagotchis. Sony's Aibo is the leader of the pack when it comes to virtual pets. This pup doesn't chew, poo, or even need walkies. Now that is artificial intelligence.
He's very smart, and like all intelligent pets, the way you treat him affects the kind of guy he turns out to be. Poke him and prod him, and his eyes will flash red and he'll quiver away in a corner somewhere. But if you give him lots of love and cuddles, he'll sing you a cute little puppy song. Okay, he does. He does in a minute. There you go, look.
Now, would you see your dog do that?
Goo, goo, goo. He doesn't like that, does he?
Does it feel like a dog?
It kind of nips your fingers a wee bit, actually. In places when it's moving its legs, it's not... I don't know, I think I prefer the fluffy, real thing.
Put him aside. After a while, he does this.
Hey!
He gets himself back up again.
Up and
That's
over.
really clever, actually.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
He's quite young in our books right now. He also tinkles, but he doesn't leave wet patches.
Hello.
You're obviously, hopefully a dog lover.
Yes.
This is the newest robot from Sony called Aibo. What do you think on first impressions?
Its movements are quite realistic. Yeah.
How does he feel? I mean, what's the weight like?
He gets up on his own if he falls over.
Well, I must admit, he does feel a bit fake, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Do you own one?
To be honest, probably not, because I've got a real dog. But he's really cute for kids and stuff like that. I think he's great.
Hey. No, look, chocolate, Taryn, Aibo. No, no.
Yeah.
Well, he's pretty cute, but if you can't afford 1,600 quid, and I don't know many people who can, we've got some alternatives for some free-roaming Robotniks in your home.
A bot named Amphibian could be a simpler option. He's a toy car that runs on land as well as the water, and he comes in kit form at only £26.
Then there's also Psy, a pretty rudimentary droid that's not too pricey. For £550, he'll get you your newspaper, cups of tea and coffee, and also do the hoovering.
But I'm saving up my pennies for the launch of Ursula. She's an all-singing, all-dancing entertainment android. She's not been made fully independent yet, but when she's unleashed onto the public, she'll razzle-dazzle us all, mate.
She sounds like a bit of a Tina Turner come washing machine.
Yeah, at least someone's cleaned up her act.
Well, you can check out more information on these things on our website. Stick,
Come on,
stick. Ready?
Come on,
Stick. Come on, ready? Stick. Go fetch.
Oops.
Time now for Bouff to go and play with some stones in Power Stone 2.
Power Stone 1, the pioneering beat-em-up, allowed you to go anywhere and grab anything, setting off a string of copycat must-have moves in games such as Dead or Alive and even the Bouncer. Well, the PlayStation 2 is now the host to the latest in the series, Power Stone 2. The sequel doesn't take anything specific away from the winning formula of the first. In fact, it's unleashed an even more wild approach to the comic characters, as well as even more frenetic action played against the bizarre environments. There are several main differences between this one and the last, including the option for multiplayer mode, a new improved number of 120 different objects to pick up and use in battles, as well as assisting certain tricky navigations. Power Stone 2 has also introduced a new innovation called linked progressive levels, which seamlessly propel the character from one subsection to the next, which in turn dictates a distinctly different form of gameplay and battle tactics. Like spinach is to Popeye, your stones are your special power source, giving you the strength to bombard your opponent with deadly power fusion moves. Now here, a more strategic element comes into play, as you can roam around these vast open spaces, or be more disciplined and collect all your power stones, or just get right in there and knock everyone out of the way! Ah! Taking full advantage of the Dreamcast's VMU, otherwise known as the Visual Memory Unit, you'll be able to save certain items only found in the home version of the game, take them down to the arcades and upload them onto the Power Stone 2 coiner. Wow! This game has added even more control, access and choice. And with VMU to arcade compatibility, it looks like playground antics are here to stay. Power Stone 2 will be out on the PlayStation 2 later in the year. Time now to take a look at some of the emails you've been sending in. Okay, first up. Hello, girls. I read on the net that Titanium Angels is only going to come out on the PlayStation 2. Is this true?
Well, actually, it's set to be released on the PlayStation 2, the PC, and the winner of the bunch, the Game Boy Color, later this year.
Now, we've managed to get a hold of some preview footage, so feast your eyes on this.
You play one of two characters. Carmen Blake, a toughened bounty hunter with Nikita-ish leanings towards psychosis, and Titan, her intelligent arachnid buddy. Set in a grim future version of an alternate Earth, don't worry, it's not run by apes, a mass conflict involving 4 alien races has sucked Carmen into a very messy situation.
Whether you play Carmen or Titan is dictated by the events in the game. One thing's for sure, though. Old Carmen's moves are certainly mirroring those of Queen Crofty's style.
Right, and next email. Everyone knows that Nintendo make the best games, so why don't you show more of them?
Well, if you've been watching bits for the past couple of weeks, you will have already noted StarCraft 64, Excitebike 64, Mario Tennis,
Banjo-Tooie, Pokemon.
Oodles of Pokemon, not to mention, of course, the fantastic Perfect Dark, so quit your complaining, eh?
But as we Bits girls are so eager to please, we've got a special little treat for our emailer and all you N64 diehards out there.
Yep, it's due out in September, and it's the Super Dinosaur Planet.
It's set within the immensity of prehistoric time, when gigantic beasts roamed the earth Jurassic-style. There are a couple of dudes who want to fly around on pterodactyls and hitch rides on the backs of brontosauruses. Archaeologists could call them freelotosauruses, but in fact, they're the first to consider the truly great concept of taxicabs. There are 2 playable characters, 2 directable dinosaurs, and 1 immense world to explore.
Sounds like Christmas time will be spent in front of your N64, so that should keep you happy.
And if you want more information on N64 games or other console titles, then check out our website
at www.fordlater.com/bits.
Join us after the break for some very strange goings-on in Munch's Odyssey. On our Shop Shelf Top 5 this week, we blast off at number 5 with Silent Bomber.
And it just goes to show that simple ideas are often the best. It's a left to right, scroll 'em up like Double Dragon, but instead of karate chopping your way out of trouble, you lay dynamite, leg it, then set 'em off. This game will teach you to stop worrying and love the bomb. It's a blast, man.
At number 4 is Operation Windback. A massive satellite orbiting the Earth has been taken hostage by terrorists. Not that dangerous, you might think. Okay, so it might disrupt satellite TV programming, but you know, it's not exactly life-threatening. Unfortunately, it is, because this satellite has the ability to fire a laser more powerful than a nuclear bomb. More fun than test firing the Death Star.
Take a bunch of cats and dogs, give them some guns, and watch the fur fly at number 3. It's Pet Rescue meets Terminator, and it's each to their own. Cats and dogs don't mix in the real world, and they don't mix here either, as only the dogs can burrow and the cats can climb. The game uses a control scheme that is similar to the one seen in MDK2, and also has similar cartoon sophistication, and it looks superb. For a lighter look at the animal kingdom, pick up a pooch and point. You'll love the furry little world that is Fur Fighters. Rolf Harris, beware. Ato numero 2 is Mille Miglia.
One of the most spectacular events in motor racing. Touring 1,000 miles of Italian countryside, it's attracted racing greats like Moss, Fangio, and Ascari. The race is still run, but only with cars built pre-1957. So pick your classic car, take to the hills in this PlayStation game that boosts better graphics than Gran Turismo. You can take the countryside in as you travel through the mountain tracks and villages where time has often stood still.
And at number 1 this week is Echo the Dolphin. It's a mixture of action and puzzle solving, and believe me, you'll have to be pretty nifty at both to get through the levels of this game. The sea is alive, with everything from plankton to whales, and you'll be wise to take some advice from the older dolphins as they guide you through the game and instruct you in the finer points of sonar communication. So, there you have it. Some pretty good games to keep you finger bashing for a while. Time now for a cheat.
This week's cheat comes straight from the developers of Operation Winback, a game of cunning, stealth, and silence.
So, for a game like this, what you really need is a flamethrower.
Clearly, to unlock this subtle gem, all you have to do is select the character Thunder.
Then raise your weapon, hit reload, and now you're shooting with some serious flames.
Time now for Alex to head down to Oddworld for some Munch's Odyssey.
You got promise, you got potential baby, but most of all, you've got spare parts. Now, contrary to your employer's intentions, you want to hold on to your appendages. So get on the horn to your local trade union and get in touch with the most appropriate human rights organization. That's right, it can only be one thing. Grab the closest next generation console and get in touch with Munch's Odyssey. It's been a long time coming, but the gang is back to offer the ape-hungry public a new adventure in the mad, mad place of Oddworld. This time, they've come up with a pal for Abe, a freaky amphibian thing named Munch. Their first offering to the populace, Abe's Odyssey, which featured a dude about to be late for lunch, literally inspired much celebration amongst grown-ups and little people alike. They followed up quickly with the next installment, version 1.1 if you will, Abe's Exodus. Now they're ready to move away from Abe and on to another little dude in need of amnesty, Munch. Munch is the last of his kind, the remaining member of a species farmed by the evil cigarette-inhaling glucons for their pure pink lungs. Now, Abe's been there, done all that, because, you know, he tastes real nice, sliced very thinly on some fresh French bread with a nice lime and coriander sauce. There are more factories to puzzle solve through, desolate environments to replenish, and creatures to interact with or avoid. The graphics are simply stunning, so FMV-esque that it's hard to believe that you're actually playing with these graphics on the ickle baby screen. The developers are keen to point out that this isn't a place to go solely for the purpose of the game. No, they're in direct competition with Lionhead's upcoming Black and White for most desirable virtual holiday destination. But unless you're green, you might just have to put up with a less than inhabitable place to live. Is the world ready for such virtuality? Perhaps the future is just about now. Munch's Odyssey is expected early next year on either the PlayStation 2 or Microsoft's Xbox. I, for one, am booking my holiday early. Time now to take a look at some gadgets. Video games, we love them. Driving, shooting, they even get you a puzzling. But what about making beautiful music?
Can games get us laying the tunes, making the moves, moving your shoes?
Well, yes and no. In the beginning, there was a hip-hop dog called Parappa the Rapper. This streetwise plop rapped his way to the heart of his lady love. When he pressed X, you did too.
This copycat kiddie cartoon game was closely followed by Unjamalami, a groovy lamb with a guitar. But again, it was just a case of follow the leader. No real musicianship required at all.
So, what musical challenges does the PlayStation have to offer? Well, let's find out, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Okay.
You all remember Beatmania, where you're the DJ with peripheral in your own front room.
Well, the kids that cooked up that little soulster are spitting you another.
And here it is, Drum Mania for PlayStation 2, complete with its own set of pads. But is it a real musical endeavour, or just another glorified version of Simon Says? Simple, foot. Easy, it's very satisfying.
Full body experience.
Yeah.
And then you can, go off on one and do all
But I mean, you do feel like you're kind of playing the drums. Don't you feel like you're playing?
I do, man.
The set is selling for around $130 in the US, and for this, you get the game, the drum pads, the stand, the sticks, and the foot pedal. And us Brits will be able to beatbox the night away when it comes out in October.
Well, if you can't afford the kit but want a real virtual music experience, then don't worry about it. You can still have fun on your PlayStation.
Our Bits recommendation is to graduate from Parappa, gravitate through Drum Mania, and then finally elevate up to the ultimate in music sims. It's Music 2000 on the PlayStation.
Music 2000 is the game that allows you to create your own tunes, play around with your own tracks, sample your own sounds, and sequence various things. And then you can jam along with your own creation.
Cool. That is fat with a P.
Today has been a good day for PlayStation 2. You've already seen Tekken Tag Tournament, Thunderbirds and Titanium Angels.
But if you're still chomping at the bit, then keep your eyes peeled for a Bits PlayStation 2 special in September.
We'll be having a pre-launch celebration of Sony's little black box by telling you everything that this little baby has to offer.
But first, here's a taster of 3 top titles to get you in the party mood, kicking off with Wipeout Fusion.
Wipeout was the first game on the PlayStation that really showed what 32-bit meant. Now the gravity-defying racer is back, and it's received a 128-bit turbo boost. One lovely touch is that you can now fly upside down. Gravity goes shoo! The weapons provide bigger bangs, and there are all the multiplayer and single-player modes you could conceivably wish for.
Next up is Gran Turismo 2000.
Upon its release, Gran Turismo was instantly recognised as the best racing game that the world has ever seen. One sequel later, and the PlayStation 2 version is already queuing up to make its debut. What's new then? Well, the answer is not much. The graphics are gorgeous, but then so are those on the original. But there are some very pretty new effects. To match the greater realism of the graphics, the cars also handle a little better. Predictably stunning though the game is, it doesn't look quite like being the massive leap forward we were expecting. Then again, it's wise not to underestimate this series.
And our final stonker of a preview comes in the shape of Ridge Racer 5.
Broadcasting live from Ridge City.
The all-new graphics have a polished sheen, and the cars move at a wonderfully rapid, smooth rate along the track. Yes, it looks cute, but there still aren't enough tracks. No, Namco, 7 different routes through the same city just doesn't cut the mustard. Likewise, there are only 7 cars available to race at the start of the game. In these post-Gran Turismo days, we demand at least 20 to keep our little attention spans occupied.
So, not a bad preview lineup. Looks like we're in for some real treats.
And not forgetting the beautiful Fantavision, which allows you to set off an array of stunning fireworks above and below the stratosphere.
We'll also be getting our collective hand on Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty.
Let's just say that when this baby arrives, it will change the face of gaming forever.
As an example of the innovation at work, they've included a special feature which uses the joypad's rumble function, which allows you to feel your way around the level when you're in complete darkness. This week, you could be the lucky winner of a Dreamcast Choo Choo Rocket bundle.
All you have to do is answer this one cheeky little question.
If you could invent a robot, what special task would it carry out for you?
Send in your answers by going to our website
at www.forlater.com/bits
and click on competition.
Beware, coward.